Okay, this is one of the funnier stories of the last few news cycles. The online fact-checker, Snopes, has recently doubled down on their bizarre insistence upon treating the satirical Christian website, the Babylon Bee, as a legitimate news source in need of fact-checking. Here are a few examples of Bee headlines that Snopes felt called to adjudicate on the veracity of. Is California considering a tax on breathing?
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Did Democrats demand that Brett Kavanaugh submit to a DNA test to prove he's not actually Hitler?
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Every time! See that?
And did VeggieTales introduce a new cannabis character? All rated false by Snopes. Good. Good. While pedantic and unintentionally hilarious, this kind of fact-checking might not seem harmful on its face. But unfortunately, it's led to Facebook threatening to restrict the Bee for publishing fake news. Specifically over the article, CNN purchases industrial-sized washing machine to spin news before publication. Can't have people believing that happened. Fortunately, Facebook did apologize for this. And as of recently, Snopes has changed the ratings on these articles from false to satire. And they've also edited them in order to soften the language and remove possible insinuations that the Babylon Bee's clear goal of writing satire is truly only a pretext to spread misinformation. This could be considered progress of a sort, but unfortunately, this behind-the-scenes damage control has been accompanied by a much louder and more public insistence that their initial fact-checking of the Bee was necessary and valuable. Just a few days ago, Snopes published an article with the headline, "Study. Too many people think satirical news is real." In the article, Snopes uses a survey to attempt to make the point that the Babylon Bee is misleading people. And alarmingly enough, the survey shows a substantial number of people take the Babylon Bee's articles to be fact rather than fiction, with one of their articles being mistaken for truth by 28% of Republicans. That's pretty bad. Case closed. I guess Snopes was right about this one. Or were they? It doesn't take long to see that this survey was conducted poorly. I would even say pseudoscientifically. The surveyors didn't show the folks they were polling Babylon Bee articles and then ask them if they believed the articles were meant to be literal or satire. Instead, they took a number of articles, removed them from the context of having been published by a satirical website, and then removed their comedic elements and reworded them in a manner to make them sound as credible as possible, before asking if the statements were true or false. For example, an article entitled, "CNN, God allowed the Mueller report to test our unshakable faith in collusion," was reworded as, "CNN News anchor Anderson Cooper said his belief that Trump colluded with Russia is unshakable. It will not change regardless of statements or evidence to the contrary." Yes, I remember my favorite Babylon Bee article. That was a solid gutbuster. That was peak Babylon Bee. They should have just hung up the old coat after that one. That's what we all thought, but then they released this absolute banger. Representative Ilhan Omar said that being Jewish is an inherently hostile act, especially among those living in Israel. And that, no one imagined that they could top that. Until, of course, the classic Babylon Bee article. Most Americans believe that major media companies should apologize for publishing the now debunked news story of collusion between President Trump and Russia. This kind of blatant dishonesty and the unintentional hilarity it's resulted in undermines Snopes' credibility to the thinking reader. The Babylon Bee is satirical. Whether the outlet intends to be a serious publication or would rather make us laugh isn't a question in need of asking. Snopes, on the other hand, thanks to recent behavior, the answer is less clear. Hey folks, thank you so much for watching. If you find this content valuable and you want to see us continue with the weekly uploads, please donate at subscribestar.com/freedomtoons. Thank you so much.